If you've been following Film Threat for a long time, we, Chris and I and many others have been covering the Oscars live as it moves on. And the first year we decided to do it was the year of the slap. And that's kind of what launched Film Threat into a 40,000 subscriber channel to a 50,000 subscriber channel.
I was watching and then had the pleasure to be on one of the last ones. And the biggest problem is while we're watching it, people are like, you're not saying anything because we're watching. So this would solve a great one, actually.
Yeah. So here we go. YouTube. Let me just set it up here. YouTube is making a play to host the Oscars. Badger, do you have that?
Yes.
Story? Okay.
The race to host Hollywood's most prestigious awards show is heating up, and one surprising contender has entered the mix. While familiar players like ABC, NBC Universal, Netflix, Amazon, and CBS are circling, YouTube has inquired about acquiring the rights to the Academy Awards, according to the report. YouTube has demonstrated a growing interest in live events, acquiring the rights to NFL Sunday Ticket, and bidding on other live sports. If YouTube were to succeed, it would mark a seismic shift for the Oscars, which have aired on ABC for nearly 50 years. Supplanting ABC and Disney as the official home of the Academy Awards would be a huge statement from YouTube and a shock to the industry. Just a decade ago, YouTube was derided as a thriving pariah, pariah. Yet now it stands as the single most watched video platform in the world and king of all media. Ooh, not Howard anymore. The Oscars, meanwhile, have struggled with declining relevance. A move to YouTube could generate the very attention the show needs. Shifting the program to YouTube would generate a lot of attention for a show that has been losing relevance each year. The piece explains, with its massive global reach, YouTube could deliver eyeballs and offer a giant global platform unlike any competitor. Please make celebrities read super chats during speeches.
Yeah. Well, is that how it's going to work?
Nick Gore says, oh no.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I'm very old. And I am so used to watching the Oscars and everything on television, on network television, that there's something, there's a tradition there. And I think I'm coming to the grips of that tradition is long gone. For example, I have a very large television, and what do I watch on it? I watch YouTube on my very large television. I have DirecTV, of which I spend way too much money on it. And I watch wrestling on DirecTV. The networks. I hate commercials. I don't watch networks live anymore. In fact, every year it's like, why am I holding on to DirecTV? And the main reason is so that I can do the Oscar livecast, because that's where I get, that's where I watch it, so I can do the live cast. That seems to be the single reason I have for television. YouTube has definitely taken over. Also, when my kid was growing up, that's all she watched was YouTube. All these kid creator channels, loved it. People taking My Little Pony figures and telling stories with them, taking Frozen action figures and telling stories with them. That's what she watched. And then and she still does that. As much as I hate seeing the networks go down, I feel like it's inevitable. And I think the Oscars going to YouTube is just it just feels inevitable. Maybe not YouTube, but it could certainly go to Netflix.
ABC retains the rights till 2028, so we've got a couple more years of it. But yeah, like you said, it's kind of going to be I mean, I have cable and it's through YouTube TV, so either way, I'm watching through YouTube. Mm-hmm. It's just going to be the everything. It got there. It has the technology. It still works better than every other streamer for the most part. That and Netflix. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, what are your thoughts on the future of television then?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's going to be what it always will. There be people that just want to turn something on and channel surf. Yeah, but that could, that'll be in some form. But I think most of it's just going to be curated. We're in a weird transition because we went from having to catch things on TV. Maybe we were recording stuff and you'd always mess it up and record the wrong channel, to having things on demand. I used to fantasize about having a channel that would just play Simpsons and Married with Children. I could do that now if I wanted. But in the future, you sort of mentioned it. I mean, your grandchildren might just be saying what they want into an AI and having it make it. We don't know with the pack that you bought, the Bluey pack or the whatever the hell. Oh, you want Rugrats? Here. And it just does it based on IP. So, yeah, this is just another in the slow lines of everything's going to be streaming eventually in some way.
Well, my biggest fear is that PBS is going to go away and find irrelevance.
I used to love PBS.
I know. Well, they used to have good stuff on PBS.
Yeah.
It's no secret that where is this thing here? Oh yeah, it's no secret. Nightcrawler is one of my favorite characters.
Alan.
Yep, Alan Cummings. It's funny because we can't print his name on our website because it'll get it'll get flagged.
Is it really?
Well, our profanity filter, because Google requires it, blocks his name. Let's see. Alan Cummings talks really healing experience reprising Nightcrawler in Avengers Doomsday after X2, of which he only appeared once.
Yeah, which that opening sequence is amazing. Let's see. Alan Cummings on his return to Nightcrawler role. Alan Cummings says stepping back into the role of Nightcrawler for Avengers Doomsday was unexpectedly healing after his miserable time in 2003's X2 X-Men United. At the Televerse 2025 conference, he revealed he just finished filming the Russo brothers' massive MCU entry, which is slated for May 2026. Reflecting on his earlier struggles, Cumming admitted that while X2 was a great film, the process was grueling. He spent like 4.5 to 5 hours in makeup daily. A clash with director Bryan Singer, speaking of the director's jail, with director Bryan Singer, leaving the experience terrible. This time, however, the return felt cathartic. It was actually really, in a sort of ooey gooey way, it was really healing and really nice to go back to something that was a terrible experience when I did it the first time. At 60, Cumming was especially surprised to be back in the superhero action. I did not think I would be doing stunts, playing a superhero in my 60s, so that was great. He managed to shoot quickly with a green screen and various things and little scenes of people here and there, describing the process as pretty stealthy. While Marvel has kept Doomsday's plot under wraps, Cumming previously hinted his Nightcrawler could even square off against Mr. Fantastic, a matchup sure to excite fans.
What?
Are you excited?
You had me up until that last part there. Why would
fight Pedro?
Why is Nightcrawler fighting Pedro?
Oh,
fighting
well,
yeah.
I do believe that's going to be the theme of Doomsday, is having all the heroes square off against each other.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like he's got some action requiring stunt work, which goes against my idea that Doomsday is just going to be a big cameo fest. Maybe
no, it sounds like that's exactly what it's going to be, Alan. I think it's going to be a cameo fest, and what they have now are a bunch of scenes, and they have no idea where they're going to put it. But they've got scenes of Nightcrawler to throw in there. Yeah. Like, I think that was one of the first reports is we're shooting, and most of the script's finished, but the end isn't finished. And what that means is we know things that happen. We know buttons that are pushed, but we don't know which hero pushes which button and says which quippy line based on scheduling and all that. So yeah, it's going to be a cameo shit show.
Yeah. And it sounds like he came in for a day and they just told him, okay, do a flip. All right, now a jump, now a bounce. Now look really scary in the camera. Now stick your butt out and we'll animate the tail after.
It sounds like Multiverse of Madness, where they had everyone come in on a blue screen and just say their lines, throw it, and then we'll just put you wherever we find room.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic.
Yes, but I'm glad his traumatic experience from X2 was 69. He found healing through it.
Yeah, I believe he and Rebecca Romaine to put on the Mystique uniform would spend, like he said, 4, 5, 8 hours, I think, in her case. Yeah. Like, you show up at 3 a.m. just to sit there for 5 or 6 hours and get all your makeup put on before you even shoot for 12 hours. So
Yeah. Well, and I
Not
also
the
don't
easiest.
understand. I don't understand why Nightcrawler needed all that. He had face markings and things on it.
Yeah, presumably why it was 4 instead of the 8 for her, because it's just the hands and the
Yeah.
the
But
face.
yeah, my recollection of the comics, he didn't have face markings. He was just blue.
They always got to do extra.
Yeah.
You put your
Oh.
stamp on it.